Hi, I'm James and thanks for tuning in to eBuyer. In this video, I'll be taking a look at the Razer Blade 17, an awesome RTX 3060 powered Core i7 notebook with a 360Hz display. A notebook perfect for first-person shooter games like Valorant, Fortnite and CSGO, all of which we'll be testing out a bit later in this video. Join us today though for an unboxing and overview and a look at all the features on the Razer Blade 17. And let's kick things off by actually taking the notebook out of the box. One thing you can be sure of with a Razer product is not only that you're going to get a great quality bit of kit, but also that the unboxing experience is going to feel quite nice. So taking the power brick out, you'll find your box inside of a box. And this Razer branded packaging is where you'll find the Blade 17 itself. The box opens to reveal the notebook with nothing else on top, and you can pull it out using this plastic tab. And my goodness, my first impressions of this thing are its size. Now, of course, with this being a 17-inch notebook, it is going to be absolutely massive. But that didn't quite prepare me for the pure scale of this device. My goodness. Taking out this little bit of protective film, you'll see obviously your keyboard here with pretty much all the keys you could want. Obviously not full size with it being a notebook, but still pretty large. Some big speakers either side, a really nice glass trackpad, and that awesome 17-inch 360Hz display. Now what that means is that you can see much higher frame rates on this device than you would one with a 60 or even a 120Hz display. It means that the image on the screen refreshes up to 360 times in a second, allowing you to see that enemy peek in a corner or that gunshot that little bit earlier, and it really does help to give the competitive edge. The big question for me though is whether the hardware inside of this notebook is capable of driving the 300 plus frames per second that we need to take full advantage of the display. I think the best course of action will be to actually boot the notebook up and test out what frame rates we're able to manage, but first it's definitely worth taking a swizz around the I/O and connectivity, one of the most important points on a gaming notebook. On the left hand side of the device, you'll find your power connector up the top left. An Ethernet cable, this is great for those people looking to game with super low latencies, and a device with a screen like this needs that kind of low latency capability. You've then got two USB 3 Type A ports, a Type C port, and a headphone mic combo jack. On the right hand side of the device, you'll find a full-size SD card reader, awesome for any content creators or professionals out there, something of course this notebook will definitely appeal to with its form factor and power. A further USB-C connection, USB-A, a full-size HDMI, and a Kensington lock. A really conclusive I/O. I actually quite like as well that this gaming notebook doesn't have an I/O at the rear. This is something that notebooks in this price bracket often tend to do, and while it's not necessarily a bad thing, I just find it to be a bit less streamlined. The bottom of the device, you'll find two large rubber feet, great for spacing this off a desk, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 fans that I can see alone to help drive airflow through the laptop, keep it nice and cool, and make sure our components don't thermal throttle. For now though, give me some time to get my favourite titles installed on this machine and we'll be right back with you. The first game we're going to try out then is actually CSGO. This is one of the biggest titles for those people looking to play high frame rate competitive titles. I've just jumped into an offline game with bots, as this is going to give us the worst possible scenario as far as frame rate goes, because our local system actually has to render in each of those bots itself, rather than grabbing ones from other players. You can see in the top left corner we've got our frame rate counter, and we're currently bouncing out around 400 frames per second between 280 and 390. Now that's great news for this panel, one that runs at 360 Hz. We talked earlier about the importance of actually being able to get somewhat close to the 360 Hz refresh rate, so 300 frames per second is absolutely perfect for us in this scenario. It just allows us to peek around those corners with a little bit more precision and a little bit earlier on in the title, which for us on this occasion appears to have worked. Visually as well, the game looks great, super sharp as well, colours look nice, even for a 1080p panel in CSGO, which is obviously an older title now, one with less sophistication, shall we say, to the graphics, but still the all-important frame rate is there, currently sitting 350 frames per second, give or take. Nice new map as well in CSGO. Really like the recent CSGO update, and is working well. Make sure you plug in an external mouse from Razer or another manufacturer as well, as gaming in CSGO is much better done with some external peripherals. Keyboard feels good though. The next title we're going to try out is Apex Legends. We're running this at 1080p medium settings on our Razer Blade 17, and you can see we've got the frame rate counter in the top left. As a general sort of indication, the round's starting in about 5-4 seconds. Anything above 150 frames is pretty incredible in Apex, but 140 is also passable for me. This is in the arena mode as well, so we should get some really nice gameplay, and we'll see what we're able to achieve. No, I'm outnumbered big time. I am big time outnumbered right now. Big time outnumbered. Can we get the shot on? Oh no, it's a disaster. I was properly outnumbered there though, and we run the first round, so hopefully with a knockdown shield and a spicy teammate to help us out. What are you doing over here, buddy? Move! Still sitting there around 190 frames a second, so thankfully our frame rate is better than my ability at this precise moment in time. Oh dear. Yes, lovely stuff. Finally, we got a nice flawless round. I got an assist kill, and we were still sitting around 184 frames per second throughout. Our Razer Blade 17 performing admirably there. Really impressive stuff in Apex. Finally then, the last game we're going to test out is a little bit of Valorant. We're once again running with our frame rate counter in the top left. It's important that we get as close to the 360Hz refresh rate of the display as we possibly can. It's a huge selling point of the Razer Blade 17, and a game like Valorant should do a pretty good job of getting there. To be clear, over 360Hz would be super helpful as well, but it's the ability to go right up to it and see all of that frame rate upside that makes the Blade 17 just so impressive. Oh, we've been interrupted by a Windows allow access message, and hopefully, boom, we're now going to load into a game. We've granted the necessary permissions. I can pick my character. I'm going to go for this bad boy Brimstone. Let me know in the comments what you guys would play in at Valorant, and then the game will start in about 64 seconds. So we're in the buy phase of the game. The game is just about to start. It has started, and we're sitting around 230 frames a second. I got a bit preemptive, and I think there is somebody, there is, just around that corner. I don't think so. I'm not quite that daft, buddy. 200 frames per second, though, that is almightily fantastic, actually, if you don't mind me saying so. Here we go. Now, just be super careful. I can see him peeking that corner. Oh, no. I fell into the trap. I knew that the trap existed, and what did I do? I fell for it. The frame rate's good, and I've just fluffed the whole opportunity. Anyway, ladies and gents, let's try that one again. Yes, we finally got one, ladies and gentlemen. Third time lucky. Oh, beautiful stuff. Really great work for me. Can we have an action replay, please, editor, of that absolutely phenomenal kill from me there in Valorant? I think we are well and truly on track to win this round as well. The spike is about to detonate though, which is slightly concerning. Not much activity. Diffusing, here we go. Oh, yes. That is exactly what we were waiting for, and it's a perfect note to end our unboxing, first look, overview and review of the Razer Blade 17. An awesome high refresh rate display notebook with a powerful RTX graphics card, Intel Core i7 processor, and all the tech that you guys have come to know and love from the Razer family. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to get subscribed to see more from us. Thank you very much for watching though, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.